Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Vibing After Dark _ with Mo. And if you're new to my channel, how about hit that subscribe button? And if you're a returning subscriber, how about sending it to a family or a friend so they can vibe out with us? And please, 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 please make sure you like this video. That helps out a lot, and thanks in advance. Alright, you guys, so as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are going to be talking about this lawsuit that Shannon Sharpe has against him and what him and his attorney has to say about it. So let's get straight into the video. So, Shannon Sharpe has been accused of multiple instances of assault, actual assault, battery, and actual battery in a lawsuit filed Sunday by an anonymous woman and her attorneys. Sharpe legal representative called the lawsuit an attempt to shake down the popular podcaster for millions of dollars and said he categorically denies all allegations of coercion and misconduct. In the suit filed in Las Vegas District Court, Jane Doe accuses the popular host of the Club Shay Shay podcast of manipulating and controlling the plaintiff during a nearly 2-year period that started in 2023, as a consensual relationship with the woman was 20 years old. The civil complaint alleges 56-year-old Shannon violently assaulted and anally R-word the plaintiff in October 2024 and again in January of this year in Las Vegas, Nevada, blatantly ignoring her request for him to stop. The lawsuit states after many months of manipulating and controlling plaintiffs, a woman more than 30 years younger than he, and repeatedly threatened and brutally choke and violently slap her. Sharpe refuses to accept the answer no and R-word her, despite her sobbing and repeated screams of no. When asked if Jane Doe had contacted police during and after the alleged assaults, the plaintiff attorney, Tony Busby, said he could not comment. So the accuser and her lawyer released messages between her and Shannon Sharpe, which is Gabby, and she's actually a OnlyFans content creator. But anyway, so the text message says, "But I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not put it in my blank. And you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon." And you can see it said it was read by Shannon on January 2nd, 2025 at 4:16 p.m. Then there was another one that said that I don't know how to process this. And it was text on the same day, read at the same time, but she sent it a minute later. So again, those messages I just read was on January 2nd of this year, 2025. But here's a message in 2024 in June of last year, actually June 14, 2024. And the message was read at 10:58 and was sent at 10:31 a.m., which read, "I want to be abused, Daddy." And then another one that was sent out on January 31st, 2024. And it was read at 7:32 p.m. and she sent it at 6:50 p.m. And this one says, "I want like some hardcore BDSM action though." Okay, and so this one was sent on July 6th of 2024. And it was read at 1:33 p.m., but it was sent at 1:32 p.m. And she actually sent an attachment with this one, which was a picture of her. And it said, "I want you to tie me up like this and abuse me, Daddy." So shortly after the messages was released to TMZ Sports, an audio came out of her and him having a conversation where he says that he will, choke her when he see her again.
And you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so of course I was not there when it happened, but in my opinion, when people record people phone conversation, I feel like they got the power to gaslight you into saying anything that they want you to say because they're the ones recording and they're going to play victim for real. So I'm definitely not here for her recording that conversation and kind of like gaslighting him into saying, what he said. But if she definitely told him no during, sex and he kept going and tell him no on the type of sex he was having with her and she said no, no does mean no. But this right here to me is screaming. She's trying to get a check because the lawyer on his side released some more text messages between those two, and the things that she was saying is screaming she always wanted money. So Shannon's lawyer, Lainey J. Davis, said that in his opinion, they show that she likes and acts for fantasy role playing and other forms of unusual sexual behavior. He also said he believes the messages show a change in her behavior when Shannon refused to have a child with her. The lawyer said once Shannon shut the idea down, he noticed Doe's demeanor shifted. He stated he believes that when she began concocting a scheme to blackmail Shannon, which ultimately resulted in her filing her lawsuit on. So here's a statement by Shannon's lawyer and his messages that he pulled from her sending him. And it said, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're effing me. Gabriella Sunja, I know I'm pronouncing her name wrong, but in a text message to Shannon Sharpe, October 7, 2023, said, I know you missed this big juicy ASS, 25K for each cheek. Gabriella in a text message to Shannon Sharpe on January 1st, 2025. Then it said, this lawyer filed by Gabrielle and her last name and orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Busby, is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, distortion, and misrepresentation, and it will not succeed. In her effort to extract a large financial settlement, Ms. Gabby presented Mr. Sharpe with a secretly recorded video of a consensual sexual encounter. We believe the video has been heavily edited and taken entirely out of context, crafted to falsify, portray a consensual act as non-consensual. Ms. Gabby has refused to provide a copy of the full, unedited version of the recording to Mr. Sharpe's legal team. To set the record straight, we are releasing several of Ms. Gabby's own explicit text messages to Mr. Sharpe that clearly indicate the nature of their relationship was consensual and actual in nature, and in many cases initiated by her with specific and graphic requests. Contrary to the allegations she makes in her lawsuit, consensual sex continued until January 2nd, 2025, the day after she asked for 25 per cheek, as quoted above from her text messages to Mr. Sharpe. There are other examples of texts from Miss Gabby, for example, is her saying, that's my daddy F. I want you to put a big black baby in me. Text from Gabby to Shannon, August 6, 2024. You better crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me. Text from Gabby to Shannon, August 11, 2024. These messages are just sampling of the broader pattern of graphic actual communications initiated by Ms. Gabby. The evidence paints a clear picture. This was consensual adult relationship that included role-playing, sexual language, and fantasy scenarios, explicit requests by Miss Gabby. The edited tape that Miss Gabby secretly taped and showed to Mr. Sharpe during her blackmail attempt tries to falsify, portray as a result of editing and out of context from prior text messages that the sexual activity was not consensual. But Mr. Sharpe now believes her secret taping was all part of the plan set up as part of her blackmail scheme, as distorted by her edited tape and copy of which she refused to make available to Mr. Sharpe or his counsel. Mr. Sharpe categorically denies all allegations of coercion or misconduct, especially the gross lie of RAPE, and will not submit to what he sees as an egregious attempt of blackmail. He stands firmly by the truth and is prepared to fight these false claims vigorously in court. He looks forward to vindication through due process and a judgment based on the facts and the law. So after all this came out, Shannon came out with a statement.
Friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
So a lot of other people seem to believe that this is a money grab because Shannon Sharpe just signed a deal with Colin Cords. The Volume Podcast Network is up. Source tell for Office Sports, the Pro Football Hall of Famer has received multiple offers and is expected to sign a deal that will exceed $100 million. Now, this was put out on April 18th, but it said that he did sign the deal, and after just a week later, the girl come out and she's wanting $50 million. So a lot of people is playing this clip from when he was on his other TV show from ESPN, and he was talking about a game. He was saying what he would do for $50 million.
For $50 million, I'd go to hell.
On that note, coming up on First Take.
So some people in the comments was like, I ain't gonna lie, there's no way Shannon Sharpe ain't know this was gonna happen from the $450 million I'll go to HELL comments to the it don't stop them young ones from opening up. LOL, what the F? Somebody else said, put her tongue in what, Aunt? I truly wish ninjas respected themselves more, because actively participating and allowing someone fetishize you like this is absolutely disgusting. Someone else posted this and said, our ancestors reading these texts. Then another one said, anytime a woman of another race than a black man references they want to have your big black baby, run. That statement isn't even made within the black community, so why are you letting that slide because it's sex? Run times 2. What is this all about? And the last text said, you deserve prison, not to only mention you also use extortion as a method. Also distasteful. Shannon Sharpe averaged about $50 million for his shows together. Hey, Tony, how much do you want? All 50? Well, Tony, that's a very specific number. Wonder where he got that number. Well, y'all, so that's all I have for y'all in this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this Gabby girl coming out wanting $50 million from Shannon Sharpe. Do y'all feel like, it's a money grab, or do y'all believe, he did what she said he did? And do y'all feel like it's justified because she actually was asking for the stuff that he was doing through text? Let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section below. I do comment back. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.